seen the movie Minority Report, but doesn't it sound like, I mean, I'm told what the movie's about. Sounds like, doesn't it?
It does. And the Minority Report had a psychic that was in a tub of water or something. She was the one who gave them the insight.
Yeah.
This is now replaced with AI. And so they're collecting all this information from students as they interact with their computers and they look at their screens, and they record every single keystroke that they put in the computer or the tablet. And then they run it through an AI program looking for clues. Remember, this AI is not human. There's nothing intelligent about it at all, but it looks for clues to pick out kids who they think are going to be in trouble somehow. Maybe it could be they're going to be a shooter or something, or maybe they're going to commit suicide.
Wow. Now, monitor and control Chromebooks with Go Guardian Teacher. That's an embedded video. What is that about? Tell me what that's about.
Well, this is the company that's providing the software for these schools. It's called get the name right here. It's Go Guardian Beacon. That's the name of the software.
Okay.
And the company as well. And they're proud of their offering. They don't see any problem with surveilling these poor kids to death in the first place. When you have a computer looking at you 24/7 and testing all your keystrokes, you can't. I expect maybe the kids don't know what's going on, but if they did, they'd be freaked out. Just that alone. Somebody watching them all the time to see what they're doing. And the kids who have had a visit from the cops because of this, they freak out.
So let's get into this, because so you this is also, I guess, the New York Times has reported on this software being installed on high school students' school-issued devices, tracking every word they type. An algorithm then analyzes the language for evidence of teenagers wanting to harm themselves. Unsurprisingly, the software can get it wrong, but woefully misinterpreting what the students are actually trying to say. A 17-year-old Neosho, Missouri, she lives there in Missouri there, for instance, was woken up, I would say awakened, but I don't know, by the police in the middle of the night. As it turns out, a poem she had written years ago. Now, that's the part that kind of freaked me out. A poem she had written years ago triggered the alarms of a software called Go Guardian Beacon, which its makers describe as a way to, quote, safeguard students from physical harm, end quote. Quote, it was one of the worst experiences of her life, end quote. That's what the teen told her, our teen's mother told the New York Times. Internet safety software employed by educational tech companies, period, and et cetera from there. So what happened to the girl? She gets awakened in the middle of the night and the police are there because they think from something she wrote years ago, she might harm herself?
Well, exactly. This apparently when they deliver the software to the school, they give the school the ability to import data from the student record. Okay, anything that was stored in the past can be brought into the software for analysis. This apparently this poem was part of that import, right? And it way after the fact, the software then, the AI software figured out, well, this girl's headed for big trouble. And so they went to their house. Why would they go to a house in the middle of the night? What is a parent going to do when their kid is accused by this AI program and the police or maybe a social worker shows up at the house and said, you know, your student, your kid is exhibiting bizarre behavior. We think that you should have your kid seen by a doctor or something, you know. And all of a sudden, the parent's going to freak out, thinking, "Oh my gosh, little Mary or Johnny, they need drugs now or something to chill out. Maybe they're depressed, or maybe they just take the recommendation of the doctor. Well, you need to, your Johnny is AHD, whatever." and what he says, I can't remember the syndrome, but you get the idea that parents now are going to put the poor kid on drugs.
Oh, the hyperactivity disorder, right?
It's like, yeah, what?
Well, what about
is
this,
absolutely
Patrick?
insane.
What about if the child is writing on their school laptop or school device about or searching Islam? What if they're watching you and me? What if they're watching me talk about Marxism and Islam and the threat of Sharia in America? What if they're watching some of my documentaries? What if they're listening to conservative programs or reading conservative articles, or even, God forbid, what if they're reading Christian literature or the Bible? Because let's not forget, our own government now is sucking up our data and tracking if you buy a Bible. Now, to those who think that's not really happening, go research it. It has come out. Our own government is tracking who is buying Bibles in Christian literature. So let's take it from the smoke screen, which it is. Oh, we're just trying to protect kids from suicide. Well, that sounds like a good idea to me, but maybe you guys at the schools should stop pumping their head full of things that tell them life has no meaning, you evolved from pond scum, evolution. How about teaching them they're created by a God who loves them and wants to, have a personal relationship with them through his son, Jesus Christ? Can we not do that? No, we teach them that you're a mistake. You evolved from billions and billions of good mutations. Life has no ultimate meaning. There's really nothing to this world other than power and money.